Episode number 2. Today's episode, I think we're gonna start with a quote of someone that I recently discovered, but I genuinely fell in love. There is this book called My Big Toe, which talks about the theory of everything, and there is a quote in specific from Robert Monroe. For those who doesn't know, Robert Monroe, he was an American radio broadcaster. He was an executive, very successful person. Created an institute called the Institute Monroe, and they pretty much work with FBI and CIA for many things. But that's like kind of, I'm not gonna get really into it. It's kind of a little bit conspiracy stuff. But the quote goes like this: "There is no beginning, there is no end. There is only change. There is no teacher, there is no student. There is only remembering. There is no good, there is no evil. There is only expression." So this kind of hits a lot to me because it really goes beyond what you perceive as your reality. And us being freelancers and being creative, you don't have that certainty, right? Of like a paycheck, or you don't have the certainty of knowing that Monday through Friday you have this routine, and then you kind of like get used to, how much you make, how much work you have to do, what are the hours that you got accomplished, and it just kind of becomes robotic. Sometimes you literally live your life without hating your job or just hating what you do, and just live for the weekend and just kind of getting the free time those days where you can kind of express yourself. Us as freelancers, not having the certainty kind of gets a little scary sometimes. Sometimes you are doing fantastic jobs. Sometimes you are shorter that month. So what can I want to get to this point is that living out of that certainty and that expression is beautiful, because then you become that person who drives the car. You will sit in the driver's seat, and now it's up to you of what you want to make. And that's what I follow very much. Just in episode 1, and I mentioned they want ChatGPT as like using these AI tools to leverage your life, prioritize some of your goals, and utilizing these machines to guide you through the process. However, it is important to understand the intention that you put on through your actions. You make what you wanted to believe, and just like Robert Monroe mentions, there is no good, there is no evil, there is only expression. Is the meaning that you do, the intention that you do through whatever you want to do. Any ugly things that you've seen in the world can be justified by that person, right? If there is a person who committed something terrible, I'm sure they have in his mind a justification for it. That doesn't take the fact they might committed something terrible or not. My point is just like the meaning behind anything is related to that person's well-being, and that person's consciousness, and that person's reality. So based on that, I believe that, and bear with me with this, it might not make sense right now, and I'm kind of like trying to butcher it up a little bit, but the point that I'm trying to get, and it's a little complicated, is we are able to create our reality. Therefore, as long as we put the right intentions, doors and path will open for us. As a photographer, as a filmmaker, we want to be able to achieve great things and photograph beautiful destinations. Perhaps you're a photographer who likes travel photography, or you want to do concert photography, work with a specific artist and stuff like that. Manifestation is a reality, and follow through the actions and the plans that, for example, these tools will allow you to do, like ChatGPT will guide you through your day, do the actionable steps that you have to do. Because you can get into like the woo-woo bagoo day, oh, I'm just gonna power of what is the secret of success, or those books that kind of tells you about, well, I just do the intent and the things will come to you. Yeah, it is true in part, but there is a very specific part there where it calls actionable steps. So are you actually taking those steps to accomplish those things? And if you're not, those tools will allow you to do so. Utilizing the model that we created and being able to tell ChatGPT literally like, hey, what should I be doing today based on my goals? And ChatGPT being able to answer that, well, let's focus first on what reminds you of the goals. And it goes into the list of your goals. It reminds you through those things. I think they're important to utilize these tools to keep you in track. But however, the intention that you put behind, the meaning of practices that allow you to live a more healthy and powerful life are crucial. Those meditations, how do you see yourself, how do you manifest your life through, and you as a freelancer attracting those opportunities as well, because those opportunities, when you get presented to it, is because you're ready, man. It's because you're ready. If not, they were not being presented to you. So an intake on this conversation that I want to give is, hey, if there is an opportunity that you think, should I do this? Should I not do this? Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, just say yes. Say yes to those opportunities and figure it out later. Figure it out, and I'm sure that 90% of the times it will go better than you expected, and it was only fear in your mind. So that's an intake on this day 2, is create your reality, be careful about the intentions of those actionable plans that you're doing. Follow the guides. Really, I've been chatting with ChatGPT today about pretty much talking to them about my goals and taking actionable steps towards everything of that. I actually discovered that, and I briefly touch a little bit in day 1, but I'll dig a little bit deeper here in day 2. Is I told ChatGPT to give me the list of the 10 things, put it on my phone. So then now every time I see my phone, I know how my list. I know if I follow through these lists, I will accomplish the overall goal that I told them. So utilizing those steps, like I mentioned before, those actionable 10, but being mindful of the intention that we put behind, and develop those beautiful practices that allows you to achieve and create those overall greater energy fields for you to attract those opportunities. These opportunities will get presented to you. Say yes at every single one of them. Even if you don't know, even if you know how to achieve it, just say yes and figure it out later. That is my intake. And before I leave, I just want to repeat again one more time that quote. I hope that kind of helps us spark this day 2, and we keep this 2025 a great year and achieve those goals that we really want to. And the quote one more time is going to be, there is no beginning, there is no end, there is only change. There is no teacher, there is no student, there is only remembering. And there is no good, there is no evil, there is only an expression. By Robert Monroe. Thank you again. Like I mentioned before, if you subscribe, follow, liked, that kind of helps to everyone here. And that's it. I'll see you in day 3. Bye.